Hi everyone, welcome back to my pretty little garden. Today I'm going to be planting some bulbs in containers. I didn't want to plant them in the ground. I kind of just felt like planting them in containers this year was the best bet for me. Everybody is different, and I think it depends on a lot of different things, the way you approach your gardening, how busy you are, how much time you have, how much space you have in your yard, lots of different things. So I think for me this year, the best bet is to plant in containers. The first package of bulbs I have, these are a combination of purple. It's called Purple Passion Mixture Tulips. And I have 30 of these Purple Passion tulips, and I think they will look really beautiful, planted up in a pot. So I got 3 packages of those, and everything I got is from my local garden center. And these were $6.99 for 10 tulips. I also got 32 or 4 packages of 8 of the Foxtrot double late blooms tulips, and I just thought they were beautiful. I love the petal and the different colors you see in the petal. These are a little shorter than the regular tulips. Let's see, these get 16 to 18 inches in height. So I thought those were pretty as well. And this Purple Passion mixture that I just talked about, these get 18 to 20 inches, so a little bit taller. And then I just got 3 other singular packages, so I only have 7 of these tulips. These are called Pretty Princess tulips. Again, these get 12 to 24 inches, and I thought they were beautiful. This is called Design Impression, and there's 10 tulips in here, and they get 22 to 24 inches. And I thought these were beautiful as well, and I especially loved that they had the variegated foliage. The last pack of tulips that I purchased are these here, and they're called Pink Impression. They get 20 to 22 inches. Blooms mid-spring. And I thought they were beautiful as well. So here's everything all together. Again, I didn't buy a whole lot, but it's just enough for me to manage and just enough to make a nice splash of spring color. Just to have something beautiful come up in the springtime for me to enjoy. And there's my garden assistant, Lucy. Hi, Lou. Are you helping me today? Okay, so I just have my little setup here. I have my containers of tulip bulbs right here, and down below here I just have 2 pots. I didn't measure these pots, and we'll see how much I can get into both pots, and we'll reevaluate once we complete these 2 pots here. And I just have some of my supplies, and I did not have any bulb tone. I only found flower tone, and I actually did go out to see if I could find some bulb tone, but there was none available. They were all out in 3 places I stopped, so I didn't want that to stop me from moving forward with today's project. So I don't think I'm going to use the flower tone because I'm not sure if that is a good idea. You know, if any of you more experienced bulb planters has any feedback, leave it in the comments below. So I did order some bulb tone. It's arriving on Thursday. And what I think I'm going to end up doing is top dressing my containers with the bulb tone and watering them in like that. As long as the soil isn't too moist, I'll water them in. And I also just have a bag here that I have some extra potting soil in case I need some of that as well. So let's get started.
I also wanted to mention that the soil that I'm using in both of these pots, it doesn't have to be new potting soil. The pot on the left here, the one we're looking at now, that has fresh soil in it because I didn't have old soil. But this one on the right, it is old soil from one of my summer pots, and you can see there's some roots in there. You don't want major roots going on in your pot, but if you're using old soil, it's not a problem at all. That your tulip bulbs will be just fine, and it's a way to save money as well, not having to purchase a whole big bag of soil just to plant out your tulip bulbs.
I'm all ready to go. I have both of my pots here, and I did remove some of the soil from both pots. You want to have enough soil on the bottom. I have about, I think, 5 or so inches of soil from the bottom up. And then you want to have enough to cover your tulip bulbs adequately. And my tulip bulbs, I think they're about 2 inches. And I believe we're supposed to be covering them with soil 3 times their size. So 5 or 6 inches above them should be sufficient. And let's get started. I think I'm going to start with the purple flowers and just place them in the middle of both pots. Okay, so I'm going to start with these here, and these get 18 to 20 inches high, it's one of the taller ones that I have. I think tulip bulbs are so cool. They're so neat looking, aren't they? They really look like big cloves of garlic to me, or like a big shallot. Anyway, so this is the tulip bulb, and you're supposed to plant it with the pointy side up, because that's where the stem will come from, and then the flat side down, just like that. I'm going to start in the center with both, and then just work around there. And I'm really not too concerned about spacing. Everything I've read about spacing, every video I've watched about spacing, it's really not a concern. They come up much better, and just with a much better show if they're closer together. I took this one out of the bunch because, I don't know, it looked like it was rotted already, so compared to the other ones here. So I did take that one out of the bunch. Okay, so here are the purple passion mixture. I've just put that in the center of each pot. The next one I'm going to do are the foxtrots, and those get about 16 to 18 inches, so they're a little bit shorter than these. And I'm just going to go around the edge, just go around this circle again with the foxtrot on both sides. Okay, so I have the purple mixture in the middle, and I've got the foxtrots on the outer edge. The
purple mixture in the middle with the foxtrot on the outer edge. I think I'm just going to finish with the foxtrots all the way around both, just on the edge here. Something else that I did want to mention is that, you know, if you aren't sure which is the top and which is the bottom, I've also learned that you can just place it on its side and it's not a big deal. It should find its way up correctly by the time it's supposed to bloom. And I've also heard that you can really just put them in any old way and they eventually find their correct positioning, and you know, that's usually not an issue. But if you do know where the top is, the pointy side, they recommend that you put the pointy side up. So we'll just continue on with my planting. I found another one in the bunch that was kind of, looked like it was moldy and not looking good. So I just took this one out of the bunch. You can see the difference. This one is nice and healthy looking and this one is kind of moldy. So I took this one out. I still think I have a little space in both of these planters for, I would say, one more bag. So I'm gonna go with this Pretty Princess tulip blend. The Pretty Princess, because they were not very tall. Let's see, 12 to 14 inches. So I think they'll do okay right around the edge of both planters here. Okay, so I did mention before that it is important to use a bulb fertilizer when you're planting your bulbs. That's what I have learned about planting bulbs, so that is important. I was not able to purchase any bulb tone today. There weren't any stores that had bulb tone in my area, so I did order some from Amazon. It should be coming in on Thursday. Today's Tuesday. So ideally you would like to, let me turn you around. Ideally, you would like to put the fertilizer down prior to placing your bulbs on the soil. It's really not a huge deal if, you know, you're doing it my way. So, you know, I have my old soil, my old potting soil on the bottom, about 5 inches or so. Then I had placed my bulbs on top with the pointy side up. If you have some that aren't straight up, they will find their way. No need to stress. And at this point, you are going to put your top layer of soil, which in my case, it'll be about 5 or 6 inches covered above the tulip bulbs. And then I'm going to come back when my bulb tone arrives, and I'm going to top dress it with a little bit of bulb tone and then water them in. I have a little bag, a paper bag here with some potting soil. This happens to be new potting soil. And then you just go in and you top dress your bulbs. And here are my finished pots. You can see I have topped them with potting soil about 5 or 6 inches, 3 times the height, the measurement of your tulip bulb. And I don't think I mentioned this, but I am in zone 6A in Western New York. That's where I'm gardening. So I will be placing my pots probably in my garage. They need a period of, you know, when they're in containers, they do need to be in a place where they can get a period of cool weather. I think it's between 35 and 45 degrees for so many weeks. I think 16 weeks of you know, chill time where they're in a cold environment. Not freezing, because that would, you know, I think kill the bulb, but in a cold environment. Okay, so I am all done. I completed my project. I have my 2 pots here that I'm really excited about. And, you know, I'm excited to put those out on my front porch in the springtime and, you know, be able to enjoy them. And I just want to encourage anybody out there who is unsure or maybe a little hesitant about planting bulbs. You can do it. You know, just get some information under your belt. Like I said before, look things up, research a little bit, and then give it a shot. Don't be afraid. And if you make a mistake, if something dies, if you don't do something the right way, that's the best thing that can happen sometimes, because that's how you learn. And, you know, that's how you do better next time. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. and I'll see you again real soon. Have a great day in your gardens. Okay, here are my pots inside of my garage right now, and I'll monitor my garage temperature to make sure that it's going to be between 35 and 45 degrees, once the fall is over and winter begins. And if it's not, I may have to move them out to the shed, but I think they'll be okay in here. And I will be top dressing them with the bulb tone when that arrives on Thursday, and just sprinkling a little bit of that over the top. And then I'm going to water them in. And then also I will be responsible for making sure that they have adequate water throughout the winter months, that they don't dry out and die. So I'll probably set an alarm on my phone every 2 to 3 weeks just to check the soil to make sure that there's an adequate amount of water there.